Hi, it's Poetic Sparkles. I'm sat in the car because I'm waiting for the party to get started. But just before it starts, I thought I would just sit out here and have a little chit chat conversation with you, and just so we can pass the time together. I've been thinking a lot about the decisions I've had to make along the way for me to get to the place that I am right now. There are a lot of difficult decisions involved in being successful. I've learned that the hard way, because I've noticed that there are things in my life that have pushed me by force to get to this stage, and there are decisions that I have made very intentionally because I wanted to get to this particular place that I am right now. The older I get, the more I realize that the things that I need to do for me to get to where I need to get to aren't necessarily the most comfortable things to do. And sometimes you have to make yourself do the uncomfortable things for you to get to the places that you've put your mind to. I have spent enough time with myself for me to understand the woman that I am, and for me to extrapolate from that the woman that I want to be. And the difference between the woman I am now versus the woman that I want to be is very clear. There are certain milestones that I'm completely aware that I haven't hit yet. But I'm not discouraged, because these are things that I'm actively working on. I'm very intentional about the way that I want my life to go. When I was younger, it was easy for me to just think maybe 2 steps ahead, right? I need to study, I need to write my exam, I need to pass my exam so I can get to the next stage, right? Now that I'm an adult, it's more, I need to make heavy life decisions that isn't going to come bite me in the backside 20 years from now. And I also need to make decisions that will allow me to be in a place that I'm happy 20 years from now. There isn't just one decision you have to make as an adult. There's a plethora of decisions that you have to make. Should I spend my last savings on takeaway, or should I go and make spaghetti? Right? They don't always have to be really big and dramatic decisions, but every single decision you make as an adult matters. And this is why you have to be very, very intentional about A, the decisions you're making, B, how you're making the decisions that you're making. Right? I used to be such an indecisive person, and what that taught me was that when it came down to it, my life choices and my decisions were really not my own, because I wasn't making any decision. It was kind of just like, oh, okay, well, I don't know, maybe you made the decision, what do you think? It's super healthy to know what you want and know exactly how to communicate it. I worked as a software engineer for half of my professional career, and in that industry, there are processes you have to follow. One of the really interesting process for me was something called retrospective. This happens at the end of a project when, things have been signed off, and the whole team kind of gathers in one place or virtually in one call, and we discuss the project, but we break it down into what went well and what could we have done better, right? What were some of the learning outcomes of this? I carried on that process right through my own personal life, and I started to do a very similar thing. So I became really good at identifying my weaknesses and identifying the areas of improvements in my life. What are some of the things that are stopping me from becoming this woman that I really want to be? Time efficiency, right? How do I resolve that? Poor financial management, how do I fix that? Procrastination, how do I resolve that? Poor efficiency, how do I resolve that? And I actively started to work in all these areas of improvement. I wasn't passive about them at all, and I'm still not passive. There's still things that I really want to nail down, because I know I'm going to get to a place in the future that's going to require me to have that skill. And if I get to that place in the future and I don't have that skill, I am screwed. I'm going to be calling my past self bro, why didn't you learn that when you had the chance? So everything I'm doing now is really to gear me up for the place that I want to get to, because I know when I get to that place, what would be expected of me is to have those skills and to know those things and to manage my time, to not procrastinate, to be super efficient. And if I can't do any of those things, I won't last very long. But every single day, I'm grateful that I'm still on this journey to self-improvement, this journey to self-discovery, this journey to self-exploration, this journey to self-awareness. And I can't complain. It's such a beautiful journey. It's teaching me to be resilient. There's so many things that have happened in my life that has shocked me. I was flying across the country on a business trip, I got to the airport and they were asking me for paperwork that I completely did not have. Bearing in mind, this trip has been paid for. I have people at the destination who are waiting to pick me up, and the very next day I have things that I am required to be present for. The people at the airport were just looking at me. I was looking at them like, okay, well, where do we go from here? They were like, well, sorry, you don't have the documents, so you can't fly. The younger me would have completely panicked in that situation, because what do you do? Like, what do you actually do? I've just driven 4 hours to get to this airport, and now you're telling me I can't fly. So where do we actually go from there? If I didn't have a level head, I would have panicked and just probably cried my way out of that airport. But somehow I managed to resolve it, like, just in time for me to hop on the flight. And I got to where I was going. I was like, cool, calm, collected. The next day I attended what I needed to attend, and it was fine. These kind of situations really encourage me that I am on the right path to becoming the woman that I really aspire to be. And I believe it for everyone. You just have to be intentional about the life that you want to live. Just sprinkle a little bit of intentionality into what you're doing, into your life, into your decisions, and don't be making people make decisions for you. Think long and hard about the decisions that you want to make for yourself and why you want to make these decisions. Why are you deciding to do this thing? Because indecision is also a decision, right? You're deciding to let someone else decide for you. And in that way, you have no control of the direction of your life. So figure out how to make a decision today. I'm Poetic Sparkles. If you've enjoyed watching the video so far, drop a comment and leave a like. It tells me that you've learned something from this video, and my heart is filled with joy. So make someone smile today. But no, thank you so much for watching the video, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. You know the vibe. Oh yeah, that was good. That was so sweet. All right, now, bye.